So here we are on another chilly Portway day. What a surprise! We've had Ladies' Day today, which has been a real success. We had a friendly last week against Old Eds, which was great to get a friendly in and get some players playing. But we're coming to the business end of the season, and we've played Bloxwich for the second time. Tough old game, undoubtedly tough old game, but we came out on top. What did you think of the game, Clive?
The game went exactly how I thought it would go. Bloxwich are big, strong human beings, and their game plan is all built around the ball, and they really don't want to move the ball. And as you know, that's the diametric opposite to what we want to do. Yeah. Again, they pushed us around in the scrums, which they did at their place, and on Tuesday we practiced what I call 3-second scrums to get the ball away. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't today. And we practiced keeping the ball away from their big lads. Again, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. What pleased me today was our line speed off the line. That was giving their midfield no room whatsoever. And yeah, it was a game that we ran away with. Again, I think because our lads are a little bit fitter than those guys, you know, no disrespect to them, but we got some fit lads there, and we played into the wind in the first half, and I think the score, I can't remember what the score was at half time, but we were quite comfortable. And then it was a case of just building on that in the second half. We did become a bit disjointed. There was a few substitutions made, and I think some of our fluency went, and again some of the decision making didn't go as we practiced. But hey, I say it every week, they're a very young team.
So from the sideline it looked really good, but do you know what? One of the things that came across from the sideline, and I know I talk about the sideline a lot, is that we've had a lot of fun this season. But we're coming to the business end, and we're starting to think about where we're going to get next season. Are we going to get promoted or not going to get promoted? Are we going to win this league or not going to win this league? And a few people mentioned when we looked at the team sheet that some of the names we recognised weren't there. We put out a good team. We won a game that we would hope to win, but there were some names missing. And at the business end of the season, how are we doing with like injuries, and how are we doing with the squad that we want to put out? How are we doing with that theory of putting out our best team every week?
We're absolutely racked with injuries at the moment. We've got what I would call probably first name on the team sheet players out, and I did a little sum in my head last night. We've probably got 7, you could argue 8 players who, just for argument's sake, played in the Cannock game at home, who are injured, no long-term injured. So that's half a team I would normally pick aren't available through injury. And there's some key members like the skipper, our tight head prop, our first choice hooker, you know, probably our centre partnership as well. And don't get me wrong, the lads did a great job out there today, you know, but like you say, we come to the business end of the season, and those youngsters, if the gun team isn't fit, they're going to have to step up, and they're going to have to learn very, very quickly.
And I think from looking at last week, looking at this week, there's a squad that we've got, and we've been blessed with some numbers. And they went out there today, they gave their heart, they gave their soul. The defensive period in the second half was amazing, where they just said, you ain't coming past, we don't care what you say, we ain't coming past. But it's interesting that it's not necessarily the team sheet that started the season.
It's nowhere near that. No, I mean, I'm the lads that stepped up today, and I spoke to some of those lads who potentially wouldn't be first choice about, you know, this is their opportunity. You know, I took them to one side, and they absolutely came through it. I couldn't be more proud of all of them. You know, especially the youngsters who probably wouldn't expect to play if some of the big names were available. You know, and they've really stepped up, and you know, it's going to be tough when the big boys come back. You know, because it's going to be. I'm going to have to ask some questions of myself about, because you know the guys that have got the shirt are doing the job. Yeah. Okay, they're playing a different way to probably how the injured players play, but that's rugby, isn't it? And it's not their problem. They're playing the best they can play, and they're doing the job.
So I'm not going to force you into any answers to this, but selection is going to be really interesting this week, because I know we've got Cannock. I was reminded we've got Cannock coming up. We've got injuries, we've got people turning up and trying to take the shirt, holding onto the shirt now, and it's a big game. It's a game that as bees we want. We desperately want that sort of game. But Thursday training is going to be hot, I suggest. And selection is going to be interesting. Who's available? Who's not? What's our best team? and what can we go and do?
Yeah, I mean, we took some knocks again today because Bloxwich are big, strong boys, and it might be on come Thursday selection.
Yeah.
It's who have I got left to pick, because there was some big knocks out there today, and you know, but that's rugby.
That is.
You know, if we go to Cannock with what some people on the sidelines perceive as a weakened team, then we go to Cannock with what some people perceive as a weakened team. It makes me laugh actually, because you know, it's the Six Nations and everybody's shouting at Eddie Jones and the other coaches and this, that and the other, but I don't, because no one knows what's going on in the camp.
No, not at all.
You know, everybody's wise if they don't know all the details. So I liken it to a little bit like that. You know, obviously I'm going to get questioned with some of my selections, but you know, everybody doesn't know the whole story.
So be assured
Yeah.
that the sideline, I talk about the sideline a lot because that's where I stand, thankfully, with a beer, but the sideline is coming to Cannock. We're going to come and watch, and we'll trust the decisions you make, and we're really looking forward to the business end of the season.
And I'd say trust the lads who've got the shirts.
Absolutely.
Because they're all good youngsters.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Well, we're going to go to the bar, obviously. It's freezing, so ta-ta.
Thanks, Pete.